Hello everybody and welcome to the Sporty stream. Nice to see you all here. My name is Sporty FC. And again, welcome in. We've got some great matches tonight here on the Sporty stream. Two matches, in fact, actually. They're both kind of early here for Rocket League action. But we do have two matches. They both should be pretty incredible. New Age Mavericks first off. Looks like on Wash Champs, but LOS Champs. And then later on, we will have the MidTakes versus next to new Esports. We'll have that series coming up to you guys right after this one. Another best of 5. Incredible action so far. At least scheduled on the stream again. We're gonna have some incredible matches. Hopefully all of you guys are doing well. Again, our first match is LOS Champs here, so we'll see how this one goes. But it's a common player returning to the stream for Watch Champs. It's Villager. He's back again. This guy has been on the stream a ton in the past on various different rosters, usually in 2v2s or 1v1s, but we've seen him in almost everything. Thank you for the follow, Mark. Welcome to the Sporty stream. Nice to see you here. Again, it's his 2v2 side. Taking on the New Age Mavericks. We've seen these players before, Sam and Worthy, on the stream. Now they get to play in a best of 5 series here. As, again, let me make sure to get the lobby info for these. Obviously, they love to be in as soon as possible, so I'm not going to stop them from that. Yeah, this is tier 6 of LOS Champs. Now, I don't know exactly what rank that's around. I want to take a say it's around Champ 2, Champ 3, maybe? Somewhere along those lines. I'm not very good at that kind of stuff, though, but I believe that's where that rank sits around. At least that tier. In general, again, the LOS tiers are pretty specific on what rank they follow in. Again, what a match that will be tonight is in our first one here. We've had a lot of early matches in our nights here, but this one's pretty early, 7:30 already. It's gonna be what a nice round of action. But we should be getting these teams in any time soon. I see Mark also redeemed the drink break, so let's go. Here you go, Mark. To you. Now, as you continue on, again, both these teams at 3-1 records. New Age Mavericks obviously part of the New Age Esports organization. That it's been on the stream actually already this week with New Age Tempest, who lost yesterday in a 3-0 sweep. But we'll be seeing how these teams play here tonight. This could, again, for the Mavericks, they want this to be a little different. See how these teams play. Again, it's been a while since I've seen Mavericks or Villager, obviously, so I'm sure it's definitely improved since then. Though by how much is always a good question to ask on that. As hello, Worthy in chat. Nice to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. And we're just setting up for this series, my friend. We'll again, I'm excited for this matchup. I'm excited for all the matches. This matchup's big. One after this will be quite big. A lot of matches here. Again, only 2 of them, but this matchup's pretty interesting. And what's interesting about this is this matchup's completely different than the other one. This is like this is, you know, like Champ 2, I believe, 2v2s. Oh, and after this is SSL, like decent SSL 3v3. So huge rank disparity, but hey, that's what you get on the Sporty stream when you get to see amateur Rocket League action. You get to see basically anything on this stream. As again, just looking to sort things out. We're only a few minutes away from match start time here. For both of these sides, and again, definitely going to be. I got a lot of questions on how this Wash Champs team play. I haven't seen Villager play in 2s in a long time. The last time we saw him on stream, in fact, a little while ago. It was, I can find out. It was when he plays one point against Sketchy Desires. So I don't know. Have we seen him in 2s ever in the past? We have. Happy Little Plats was the nope. It wasn't. It was. PMRLR was the last org he was on. Dude, so yeah, we've seen him on the stream a good couple times. But, again, so he's not new to the stream, but again, it has been a little while. He always joins the stream every once in a while he's always here, but fortunately for us, both these teams are actually in here at New Age Mavericks with their players of Sam and Worthy. Wash Champs have their players with Villager and Ryguy. We'll get this series underway. These teams are ready. Even if it's a little early, we'll get them in. Why not for this best of 5 series? It's 2v2 action on the stream. LOS Champs comes back, and that's something I didn't think I'd be saying anytime soon, to see LOS Champs action. As again, we'll get these teams in any moment here. New Age Mavericks on the blue, Wash Champs on the orange, and this is a 2v2 best of 5 series. Both these teams are 3-1. As we go into week number 4, nope, week number 5. We're nearing the end of this LOS Champ season. I believe it's 6 weeks total. And LOS, all these divisions are all so crazy to me, but I believe it's 6 weeks of action, so these teams are getting very close to those playoffs, and it's actually a pretty hotly contested division, so getting these wins late on will actually really help them in that final bracket. As Sam with the first shot, as actually Worth with the goal, but Sam with the assist. And how do you mentioned, you guys might recognize Sam. He's actually another caster along with me. He has done a good amount of commentary for specifically the Skyward series. Has been a place where he's been pretty recognizable. He's also done some work in the Ascent Tournament series and the Rocket League Splash series. Sam is no stranger to having streams, but right now he might be having some issues with Villager, as Wash Champs will answer back off the back wall, right off the kickoff too. And at this level, you know, a lot of the questions are going to come down to those consistency, come down to that being able to pop off. Villager has that ability with him. This is going to be a tough question. Is now Mavericks looking to answer. Worthy, second touch, he's dropped it down. Oh my, Worthy, that is a stunning shot in game 1. And New Age Mavericks will take the lead back, as this is one of those plays where so often you see a player go for a double tap and hit it, and you think, oh, that's just an unfortunate play. That's not fortunate. He went for that. He jumped up knowing that that was his option. And Worthy took it. As I said, pop-off potential really does matter in this mid-champ, especially in 2s. If someone can stand out, a lot of times you can put the team on your back and just continue to control that offense. Worthy definitely trying to be that player here, and he has been that player for New Age Mavericks in the past in their 3v3 games, so in 2s, it's not surprising to see him try to continue that. But the other side, Wash Champs, a lot of it's going to come down to how Villager will play, because Villager's a strong 1v1 player. Anybody that can, you know, control and have mechanics, it will be him, as now he's looking for the dribble, has it, saved by Worthy. Ryguy, the follow-up, will go off the post and wide, and Wash Champs still attacking, but New Age Mavericks will look to keep this ball out. Ryguy, challenged by Worthy. Sam will control this ball and look to take it out, but right now Wash Champs just challenging this ball as New Age Mavericks just aren't doing well keeping ball control. These first touches from them are just getting away from them, and it's, again, a mechanical issue for them that they can't control this ball so well. And Wash Champs, they're continuing the challenge early because they recognize it's just not getting covered very easily here from Mavericks. So far, they'll hold on. Worthy, emoed by Villager. New Age Mavericks will give that ball away, and Worthy looking to shoot, but it will be stopped by a Villager, and should be an open goal the other way. It will be. Wash Champs will take it, and Villager will tie this game up. And just some miscommunication between Sam and Worthy. Worthy wanted to shoot that early. Sam, I think he was looking for the demo there. It's not in the same page, not in the same position, not in the same mindset, and that is going to cost you. So often players at this level might be a bit inexperienced. These are not inexperienced players, though. At least not the Mavericks. These guys have been teammates for a while. I do find it surprising that they would have such a simple rotational error. There'll just be maybe a bit of overconfidence, or maybe it was a communications error. Well, you don't see that happen from the Mavericks very often, but it happens to everyone at some point, I guess. As now, Villager, maybe a chance to challenge there, but won't be able to get past Worthy. The Mavericks, named so by the character played by Tom Cruise. Trying to fly high, but they aren't getting offense. Villager, that one should go in, and it will be the lead for the Wash Champs. As you just gotta wonder, why the challenge never came from either of those players in the Mavericks. I mean, they had to assume Villagers waiting in front of that net. Man, so many goals going in already. 5 goals combined. I mean, 2v2 matches generally create a lot of scoring, but for game number 1, this is quite impressive. It's an offensive slugfest. Neither side is being all that good of defense to answer it. There's now a bad touch from Villager. He will be able to come up to it, but it's an open chance for Sam off the crossbar. And it's still in front, worthy to shoot it. Pre-jump by Rye Guy. And Wash Champs with some great predictions there. They'll be able to keep the ball out, but here's another chance. Worthy just wide of the net. The shooting a little off of the Mavericks. They aren't getting these follow-up shots very easily either. Wash Champs keeping them back for now. That's a miss from Rye Guy, and it's a play in the front for Worthy. He'll beat Villager. And the Mavericks will score the 6th combined goal this game. Really is no shortage of the action here in game number 1. This could be a very long matchup. I mean, I'm all for it, but at some point you gotta expect these defenses will pick up. And then the real question becomes, whose offense is better? Whose offense has better quality? Because right now it looks like either side could be potentially fighting for who has the bigger mistakes, because another double commit from the Mavericks, and at this point you've got to say they're doing it to themselves here. Sam, he can see Worthy there. I just don't know why you would challenge that. And as I said, it must be some sort of panic. Maybe he didn't expect Worthy to get that touch. Again, these guys have been teammates for a while. It's surprising to see them panic so easily. It's one of those mistakes you really can't make at this level, especially in the playoffs when with both these teams likely to make it. Those mistakes can cost you a game in the playoff division. With it only being single elimination at LOS, every series you need to play consistently. I know both these teams have shown inconsistencies, but that's a great shot from Sam. He's not been all that aggressive so far, but number 1 for him this game. And we still have goals. My goodness, this is high scoring. 4-4. 48 seconds to go. Both sides really doing well at just fighting back and forth. And again, it's made for quite an entertaining game. Well, entertaining if you're watching this one. Maybe not so much for these players. It must be demoralizing to see a goal go in against you so often, knowing that your offense has not been the issue this game. Fortunately for both these sides, their defense has been the issue. I mean, letting in 4 goals in 8 2-2 matches, a lot of goals to give up. How close it has been. Defense can be that difference maker right now, though it does seem like it's going to be the offense that will control the pace, dictate the messaging. And this game 1, the ball will stay up for now, but maybe one more chance at 0 seconds. Right guy to take it. A double commit for the Mavericks, and once again they will be caught. Sam and Worthy up at the same play, and what gave away this game earlier on will now give the win to the Wash Champs. They'll start out in their favor. And just some horrendous mistakes from the Mavericks, costing them this game. Just so much panic. Again, for a team that's 3-1, I'm quite surprised to see them not have more composure. You think for how good these players are, for how long these two have been teammates, they would find that consistency, that teamwork easy. But obviously, maybe it won't be that same way for them, because the Wash Champs are giving them a battle. This one now will go to game number 2. The Wash Champs take game 1 at 0 seconds. Now going into game number 2. This is their chance to extend that series lead. Being only a best of 5. Wash Champs, this is a potential place to get match point. The Mavericks, their big issue just is defensive mistakes, and very foolish defensive mistakes, despite a lack of communication Really, for both these sides, defense is going to be what they want to improve on. Offense wasn't the issue last game with both these teams scoring that many goals. It'd be a defensive question. As now Worthy, looking for a flip reset. My goodness, he's going for it. But the Wash Champs won't let him. Now Sam, off the sideball, space given to him, and he'll look for just a quick shot on. And that's just going to fall in. I don't know what happened there, but I think Ryguy expected Villager, and Villager expected Ryguy. Nobody jumped from the Wash Champs. And that's a free one for Sam here as... Oh no, but just a backflip from Villager. Yeah, Ryguy wasn't ready. You can sense the nervousness on that goal line for the Wash Champs. And it must have gone there to Villager because Ryguy, I have to think he expected him to get that touch. Don't worry, you'll find an answer, or at least he almost did. It just goes off the post. Wash Champs want to restart. Villager, up he goes, beaten by Worthy, and Sam trying to find that redirect, but won't end up with anything. The Mavericks still attacking. This one off to the back corner, and Worthy will be the one credited with it. And again, the panic on the Wash Champs. You can feel this back line falling apart here. As I've said, defense has not been strong for either side tonight. Still time left for the Wash Champs. We saw what they can do in game one, how close they can make it. This is a big opportunity for either side. And here we go. Villager, the dribble. They're looking for the dunk on Worthy. Nearly predicted that beautifully. The Wash Champs again trying to find life back in this game. A lot of it just coming from trying to put on this intense pressure. See if the Mavericks will make those same mistakes. There's Ryguy. Looking for an air dribble bump there, but end up without anything to work with. Villager to the corner. Now in the midfield, Sam won't have it. Neither will Worthy, and Ryguy will find the goal. The Wash Champs are far from out of it. They're fighting back. This is a proactive team playing a proactive style. One goal away from tying this game up. Still, the Mavericks are the ones in the lead. They're the ones in control. And it's up to the Wash Champs to steal this play away from them. As an overcommits, Villager going for net, but he'll hit it wide. And that bounce will be about the last thing he wanted to see there. As the Mavericks will be saved there by a blatant double commit up on offense. Won't cost them here, but again, as we've seen, rotations have not been cleaned up here by the Mavericks. And they are really going to make things tough for themselves if they aren't keeping someone close, in the line of the net at all times. Villager, stopped by Sam. He's going to jump for this shot. Double from the Wash Champs, but it will be Worthy who will slow this play down, give them time to regroup. Wash Champs will be thankful because I don't know what, because Worthy's not on their team. Feels like a lot more of this is just him trying to do a solo effort. Not going to work so easily. Again, Villager being that strong one-to-one player, it's tough to get past him. Wash Champs trying to use that to their successes. Worthy with a pinch. Villager will catch up, and now looking for a dribble. Sam will try to stop him here, but the Wash Champs continuing their plays upfield as Ryguy to take it. Stopped by Worthy. In front, clear by Sam. The Mavericks right now have had a stoppage of the offense. Either team scoring all that much anymore. As I've said, game one was quite high scoring, now game two. We're seeing these teams pick it up on the defensive side. Still though, any mistake here for a New Age could be their undoing, and they need to play quite cautiously here. Knowing what can be happening here as Sam like trying to get something there, and nearly it was Villager who gave it up to him, but Ryguy will jump in. Wash Champs now. Looking to attack again. Villager. Strong first touch now. Flip reset attempt. Actually gets that over Sam. That was a beautiful idea. Trying to pass that in front, but Ryguy Recognizing that that's a lot of risk for a win player to take. Only being down a goal, risk isn't necessary for the Wash Champs at this point. All they need is control and some plays upfield. As Villager has it. The flick gets past one. That'll pop on two, but Sam will stop him from getting anywhere further. The Wash Champs so 1v1 heavy right now, and you're seeing it work, but it's the pass that will break through. Villager finds Rye Guy, and that's how you put the mechanics to use. Off the sidewalls with some great control, keeps the ball close. And so often you think of those mechanical players as being the ones that need to shoot. No, they're usually the ones that assist, the ones that start the play, that create the space. And it's Villager right now who is doing that for the Wash Champs. It's Rye Guy at 2 goals, looking for number 3. Stopped by Worthy, but a demo in front. Villager nearly took the game there. Wash Champs. Another potential chance at 0 seconds, but Sam will send it out. Worthy looking for one more to the back wall. Second. Oh, he's nearly hit it. But it will go to the ground. And we'll head to overtime. Both these teams 1 goal away from taking a very hotly contested game number 2. And it may be the New Age side who does it. It will be. One mistake is all it takes here. Villager misses this one off the back wall, and after that, there was no other option but for that ball to go in the back of the net. One mistake cost the Wash Champs. And it's the Mavericks who will now answer back in game number 2. A much more defensive battle, but one where they really realize those solo efforts. 1 assist compared to the 2 of the Wash Champs. And this Wash Champs team succeeds when they find passes for New Age. It's a lot more solo efforts. Not that they'll be complaining. Be very happy with allowing more of these mechanics to take control in a series like this. Again, that consistency is going to be tested throughout the series. We're guaranteed at least to game 4 here. See if that happens right now, though. Match point on the line. Who will take it? The Mavericks want it to be them. Worthy is standing up strong. 9 seconds into the game, and already a pass from Sam finds his teammates. And the Mavericks will get this one on the board. What a start for this team. They've gotten better every single game, it feels. Game 3, that trend might be continuing. The Wash Champs, they're getting outplayed. Here comes Sam. That's goal number 2 for the Mavericks. They scored 3 goals last game. And already 2 this game, and we're not even 20 seconds into it. As the Wash Champs will need to respond somehow, but they will almost get it there. That was a miss from Worthy. And Villager was right on the seam, but his touch will go wide. I don't think he expected Worthy to miss that one so cleanly there, but again, there's distrust on the map for both these sides with each other and making some of these touches. And when it doesn't happen, sometimes they just don't go for it. So again, a sense of hesitancy. Again, both these sides recognize how good the other one is. Giving up space is not something you want to do here. As New Age. Gonna clear the way is Sam. Right guy. And that ball's in the back corner. And it will be New Age looking to try to take this one out. But it will be Wash Champs. A miss from Villager. Net's wide open. Sam will go the distance. And that one, a gift by Villager. What should have been a great scoring opportunity on the one side will end up in the net on the other. Wash Champs have fallen apart here in Game 3. And with how slow last game was for them on the production of offense, I don't know how on earth they would find a way back into this game. Their shots have also been off target more often than they have been on target. It's just been a terrible game for the Wash Champs. And with it being, match point on the line, if they don't take this game, not only will that momentum go against them, they'll have to win the next 2 games straight to take this series. And right now, You're just telling it that they're just starting to force this offense, and it's going the wrong way. Sam with another dribble down the field. At this point for New Age Mavericks, they have really come into themselves here. Will we see the Wash Champs put up any sort of a fight? So rarely do you see teams get shut out in games, in 2v2 matches. Wash Champs right now, though, just been outplayed. Well, again, we'll see if maybe they can get a goal, but they have not scored in a while. Well, really, it actually hasn't even been that long. It's been a little over, it's maybe 2 minutes of non-scoring between this game and the last one. It actually hasn't been that long for them. Just the fact of the matter is, there's been 4 goals scored by the Mavericks in this game, and it's making this game feel long for the Wash Champs side. Unfortunately for them, it's probably going to stay like that for a little while here. It's game 3. It looks like it's going to be the Mavericks who'll take it. Although we're only halfway through. Wash Champs, just not the stronger side right now. Mavericks came out strong and caught the Wash Champs on a lot of overcommits. The Mavericks still attacking here. Worthy looking for that second touch, but won't come as now. Villager, the dribble, the shots that's going in. The Wash Champs will get one back. They won't be shut out this game at least, but unfortunately it's a goal that feels a bit too late here for how much the Mavericks have put on that net. And you get this sense here from Wash Champs that there's a sense of discontent as the series has gone on. They have never really felt comfortable in any of these games, and to be fair, with how they've all gone so far, yeah, I could see they aren't feeling any comfortability. I mean, game 1 was one that they took only at 0 seconds. Game 2 was a overtime, and then game 3 here is an absolute masterclass of offense from New Age. Is now Worthy, the ceiling shot, the flick. Oh, what a save from my guy! The Mavericks nearly put a clip on them, but it won't matter. Is now clear from Villager. Will find the goal, and the Wash Champs are actually not out of this. As Villager has great awareness to recognize that net's wide open. The New Age Maverick side just didn't recognize it. As the pressure still continues here, as Villager with a bump. Sam, great play to the sidewall there. It's New Age right now. We're looking to create more on offense. For that one, beaten away, and there's still over a minute left. The Wash Champs are coming back, and New Age Mavericks, it feels like they still don't recognize this. They're still playing aggressive. They're still playing overly aggressive. But the Wash Champs have learned it isn't working anymore. And for New Age now, this is going to be a long 76 seconds of this game. If they can hold this 1-goal lead. That is, if they can do it. It may not be likely. As Wash Champs, still on the attack is Villager. It's Sam to jump, but they're sent right back by Worthy. Gets another Rye guy. Villager jumping to keep the ball away, but it's New Age still keeping attack. Looking for goal number 5 to reassert this dominance in this game. Sam, that one, is it in? It is! It's under the crossbar! And the New Age Mavericks will find that goal. Again, just this level of improvement from New Age. Ever since Game 1. Game 1 was terrible for them. So many mistakes, so many double commits, and those mistakes have slowly gotten less and less. Their offense and their quality of play has gotten better and better. And right now for New Age, nothing but confidence here, I think, for them, at least so far. Now in the midfield, Worthy, that one, deflected in front, should be a goal for Villager! And it will be. The New Age Mavericks got tied up on defense. As Worthy just ran into his own teammate there in Sam, who, I mean, admittedly, too Worthy, was on the wrong side of the field, needed to get out of the way. An unfortunate error there from the Mavericks, and it means the Wash Champs are still in this one. A 2-goal lead won't last for long for the Mavericks. Maybe they'll get it back. Worthy Gets the fake down the dribble, and Villager wasn't there for it. Tripped off the post, and the New Age Mavericks score again. Another goal for these guys, and seriously, we have been seeing an onslaught of goals so far from the New Age Mavericks. I've been impressed with seeing this continue to go on. It's just, again, another high-scoring game. 10 goals combined from these sides. It will be the Mavericks who, so long as they don't give this game away again, will be on match point as Worthy will do this one out. But yeah, we'll be lost champs who will lose this game, and it's New Age Mavericks who will now be one game away from taking the series here in week number 5. The 3-1 record could very easily be 4-1. As long as they continue what they're doing on offense. Again, consistency on defense has still been an issue for these sides, but offensively, they've both been strong. You can see why they're both at such good records. As we go to game number 4. All that New Age Mavericks side need to do is just close this one out. Series will be theirs. So here we go. Game number 4. New Age Mavericks could take the series here. As we've seen the Wash Champs, one mistake, one play given to them, and they can score a ton of goals on top of it. So for the Mavericks, they just need to be able to shut down this Wash Champs team for as long as they possibly can at the start of this game. Like they did the last one. Get goals to rack up and really force the Wash Champs into committing heavily for offense. That's where the Mavericks were able to take the most kind of control, was whenever the Wash Champs did get a bit overzealous. Again, it's going to rely on them. Here the Mavericks playing patiently. Not panicking, not rushing this offense. Maybe this is how you do it. Sam. Oh, he gets past Villager! Oh, a whiff on the goal line. Villager must have thought Sam was going to shoot earlier. But it won't be that way. Sam didn't have the boost. He had to shoot late. I think initially he was going for that 50-50 dunk, but Villager missed. Well, he can flip right into it and get that goal. Mavericks lead by 1 early here in game 4. And again, that's exactly what the Mavericks need to do, is just play patiently, wait for the chances to come to them, because they will get opportunities to shoot. As long as they play smart, they don't overcommit as they have done so many times already. They will be in a position where the Wash Champs are going to have a tough time beating them as Villager now. No boost. Keep it out, but challenged by Sam. Rolling in front of the goal line, but my guy will send it out, and Murphy's not even close to this play. He'll wait on it in front of his own net. Which Mavericks a little more nervous than I thought they would be, but maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe there's a reason that they're playing a bit more far back. They, again, maybe just don't want to make mistakes this game. Fortunately, sitting that far back means that their offense is going to struggle. They do so well when they have both players up. Just don't want to take that risk anymore, I don't think. It has done a lot of harm for them to be aggressive, so defensive style, and that limits the goals from the Wash Champs, might just work for them better here. Especially the Wash Champs do make more mistakes. As now Worthy, not flipping on away, but it's Villager on the play, and he's got a great amount of control. And again, this guy's 1v1 ability is no joke. You give him this kind of space, and he will score off of it. Again, it just looks so easy for Villager. It really isn't at this level. A lot of it is predicting what the defender's going to do, recognizing the position they're in. For the Mavericks, the last person you want to give the ball to here is Villager. Again, his solo play ability is something that is not easily stopped, and I think for the Mavericks, at least for both these players, I don't recognize both of them as being strong 1v1 candidates, at least not like Villager. As now Guy, that one, high off the nets, and it's Villager to take it! A 2-1 lead for the Wash Champs. Halfway through the game, and oh, Sam just jumps late there. I think he was hoping for a doink. He backflipped instead. It's one of those plays where maybe he wasn't expecting the bounce to go that way. Fortunately, it is all self-inflicted there from the New Age Mavericks. They had that ball. That play was off the back wall. It was there for them. Fortunately, they are still playing well as Worthy, the dribble, stop, and he's got it! Oh, what a play from Worthy! Down the field he goes, and the Mavericks tie the game at 2. I can't believe he's still got that touch. Villager thought he had it. It will be the follow-up. The Mavericks will find the back of the net. This game continues. As now Worthy, again now, Doomsday this attempt! Oh, if Sam jumped in! Was looking to try to force in that goal for the Mavericks, but he'll be so fortunate that's not a goal the other way. And now, a mistake, it's a free one. Sam will roll it in. I can't believe the Mavericks are leading. They gave a goal to the Wash Champs, and the Wash Champs did not take it. The Mavericks will make them pay. A 3-2 lead for the Mavericks. A little over 2 minutes left. Feels like this series is theirs. Sam. And for another one, he'll now actually search for that bump, but Ryguy will keep it away. To the back wall. Worthy will be there. New Age Mavericks have bunched up a bunch of times on that back wall. The Wash Champs, I'm not surprised, are really looking to test them. Because now Sam, he won't get that touch, but Worthy will. And he'll send it long. The Wash Champs forced to play fetch. As now the play just resting in that corner. Sam, I think, realized a bit late there. He actually can't get to that ball. We'll get that demo. It means free space for the Maverick side to work with, but Villager's still taking it. He's not going to give them that opportunity. Mavericks will have to search for it themselves. First touch from Sam Worthy. He'll get beat by Ryguy. Sam again will not take that chance. Now he's got to save this one, and that's going in front of his nets. Worthy backflipped, and the Mavericks do not look comfortable here. It's the Wash Champs who are bringing that offense. And it's the Mavericks who are letting it happen right now. It's another dribble. Great stop from Worthy, though. He's going to take away so much of that pressure that really came down on the Mavericks. And now he'll waste out even more time. A mistake from Villager, and that ball's rolling to the net. Villager will save, and now the Wash Champs still well and truly in it, but time is running out for them. Sam has this one, gets both to commit. Worthy will not have it, but I actually think that favors him here because he'll take it back, he'll take it slow. And the Wash Champs will not have offense. And had Worthy gone for that shot, I think he would have overcommitted, hit it off the back wall, and it would have been a free net for the Wash Champs. Maverick side holding on to this 1-goal lead, clutching with all their power, but the Wash Champs, late game, we've seen them score at 0 seconds before. There can be no amount of time here. That isn't too little time for the Wash Champs. As here comes Ryguy, keeps the offense. Sam erase the ball, will have no boost left. He'll clear it long. Villager to dribble, Worthy to challenge. The Mavericks will let this one hit the ground. And they'll take the series 3-1. A spaceman sweep, if you guys know what that is. Losing the first game, winning the next 3 after that. That's what we get to witness here. The Mavericks will take it. Again, it was not a pretty victory. It was one that was marked full of a lot of defensive oddities from both these sides and a lot of rotational issues, but overall, the New Age Mavericks offense was able to take away this one. Again, it should be a win that they should at least be happy with, even if, again, it wasn't their best performance. Fortunately for Villager, I had a win on the stream in a little while. He hasn't been on the stream either in a little while, so it does kind of counteract that way. Again, what a series that was here. 3-1. Of course, if we go to our schedule, our next series will be the MidTakes versus next to new Esports. Another best of 5, actually. It'll be in about 30 minutes from now, but again, that was our first series there. The New Age Mavericks taking down the Wash Champs. And actually, we're going to get a little interview here at the Mavericks. They just asked me for one, so let's go find them here. There we go. Again, we'll get these guys in as soon as we can here. There you go. Welcome in Sam and Worthy. A 3-1 victory. We haven't seen you guys in LOS, or really in twos, I don't think, ever. But your first showing, it wasn't beautiful, but you take the win over the Lost Champs. Now your record's 4-1. Sam, I know you mentioned in the chat as well that was not your best series, but you guys win anyway. So, just tell me kind of how it feels now to know that even when you're not playing your best, you guys are still one of the best teams here.
It feels pretty good, I'll say. I recently have stopped playing the game as much, and so I think that's a lot of it's affected my mental a ton. And to know that my mechanics are able to stay like consistent even when I don't play the game as much feels really good. And Calvin over here was carrying me in ranked earlier, so that kind of gave me a little ego boost.
Listen, as you mentioned, Worthy again was being that solid player. He had a ton of plays, and Worthy, I know I've known you for being a mechanical player, but in 2v2, getting the space we're seeing, it makes a huge difference to your playstyle because now you're just going for all these air dribbles, something that we wouldn't see you do as often, at least in threes, because you don't have that kind of space. So, tell me the difference between threes and twos, because it feels like the difference for you is completely, it's a completely changed playstyle.
Well, man, I don't know. In threes, I feel like people just ego me a lot more than they do in twos. Obviously, there's one less opponent to play against. So I find twos easier to play more mechanical and try to hit some TikTok clips, But yeah, that's about it. Twos is just easier to go up and try new things,
Yeah, of course. And I think what's also important about this matchup, you guys last week got your first loss of the season, a sweep loss versus the Florida Canes, by the looks of it. So, for you guys again, it's having to recover off that week 4 loss. And what was it like after that loss, and to know that, and what did you guys do to kind of work to make sure that doesn't happen again?
Well, I would say the main thing is our mental was really bad that game. We weren't communicating, and just like we're kind of playing slow. Didn't get a lot of warm up time. I got on about like an hour before the game. I usually get on like 30 minutes, 15 minutes beforehand. And so I would say that made a huge difference. We played really well and ranked, and just being able to communicate with each other a lot more definitely helped.
Again, a big one, a 3-1 win, and at this point in the season, you guys must be thinking about the playoffs. I believe there's only one more match of league play. I believe it's 6 weeks of matches in LOS. I believe it's only 6-week regular season in LOS. So for you guys, at the very least, it's either 6 or 7, but I believe it's 6 in LOS. So for you guys, you're getting very close to the playoffs. It's single elimination, best of 7. So
Yep.
it's very intense. There's going to be a lot of pressure on you guys. So Sam, what now knowing what these playoffs coming up. Do you guys have anything set up to kind of prepare yourself, because the playoffs are going to be really that test for you guys?
I would say I've lost playoffs before, in the exact situation that we're in right now, with just one loss against a really good team, and I ended up winning those playoffs. It was the one circuit before they discontinued it, and so I think that if I can get that mental back from what I had in those playoffs and kind of give it to Worthy a bit, that if we really just play our best and really get in that playoff game mode, then we can probably take these whole playoffs if we play well enough.
All right, I haven't seen you play ones on my stream. I mentioned in that series. I know Villager's an insanely talented one villain player. I actually haven't seen you.
Yeah, I played him
Worthy.
in that one
You did.
league.
You beat him. Wow, and that's impressive.
Yeah,
actually.
twice. Once in playoffs, once in regular
That's
season.
impressive.
He's a super solid player.
That's impressive. I actually didn't know that. I didn't get to see those matches. So, well, now I see. I feel a bit silly now mentioning there's series that you guys might not have the ones advantage over Villager, and you're the guy who literally beat him twice. But anyways, again, congrats on your win there. A 3-1 victory. You guys continue to have a very successful season here in LOS Champs, and of course, again, what a match it was. But before we go, we're gonna get some quick shoutouts here from you guys. So, Worthy, we'll start with you. We'll then move on to Sam. So, Worthy, any shoutouts, any final messages here for this stream? Anybody watching about this series in general?
No, honestly.
And you gotta have someone, bro.
Fair.
Okay, well, Sam, I want to thank you for letting me play on this team with you,
bro.
And we're getting W's, and we're gonna take W's.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, definitely not Sam. Putting a knife in Worthy's back here. making sure he gets that shout out for himself. We'll now move to Sam. I'm joking. Is there anything that you want to say, Sam? Any shout outs that you have? Any statements yourself?
Yeah. So we'll go all of New Age gaming, really. So basically, my time as a comp player is coming to an end for a little bit. I'm gonna take an extended break, but and I don't know if I'll play for New Age when I come back. If I do, so big shout out to them. They've been such a supportive community, and just it feels so much more like home than a lot of other like bigger amateur orgs, and I really appreciate that. Of course, Worthy, Nova Saturn, and Lukester, my two threes teammates as well. Big shout out to them. They just continue to push me in every way for whenever we're playing, keeping me in form, even as I don't play the game too much anymore. And that's probably it for me.
Again, congratulations on your win, a 3-1 victory over the Wash Champs. Good luck next week. Good luck in the playoffs as well. Maybe we'll get to sketch you guys on some of those matches. But for now, have a good night. We'll and take care. Really, hopefully we'll see you guys soon.
All right,
See
thank
ya.
you, bro.
Now Sam and Worthy there, who just got their 3-1, 2-2 victory win over the Wash Champs. Again, we mentioned our next match will be that SSL level matchup. So yeah, it is MidTakes taking on next to new Esports. So again, this is the next to new side. Actually, they got second place in that Proving Grounds tournament. They used to be known as the Falcons. They have only gotten a couple changes, actually a ton of changes. We'll talk more about that after the break, though. But again, that's going to be a scary matchup. We've seen the MidTakes already on stream. We'll now be seeing next news. So stick around for that. But for now, we'll take a quick break. We'll be back soon. Welcome back to the Spotify stream, everybody. Nice to see you all again. We have one more series tonight from the Cyclone Cup of the Rocket League Splash series. It's the MidTakes taking on the next to new Esports side. So we've got a big best of 5 series. Again, one more best of 5 tonight. But let's take a look at our schedule, what we've seen already. We started off with some LOS Tier 6 2v2 action. New Age Mavericks taking on the Watch Champs 3-1. Again, that one is around, I think, Champ 2, I want to say, is their rank level. The Rocket League Splash Series again now in the Cyclone Cup. This is SSL. All these players are SSL level. Next to new Esports, taking on the MidTakes. These teams were in the Proving Grounds tournament. The MidTakes, obviously, we use a team name you'd recognize. They haven't changed at all. And they haven't even changed since the last time we saw this team earlier this season when they had an unfortunate loss to Lotus 8 Nirvana. Three games to 1, but this matchup might be a little different. We'll see, though, obviously, if it will be any different. For now, though, again, match this will be. There's a lot of next to new Esports fans, so hopefully this match will live up to the hype. Especially since both these sides have still not won this season, which is quite surprising. In the RLSS Proving Grounds here, the ATS, I should say, RLSS Proving Grounds that we last saw, the MidTakes made it to the top 8 before losing to Next to New Breakers. That's actually a different Next to New team. This is the Next to New Falcons side, and you'll know it's the Next to New Falcons because it has Jalen and Ioka. Those two were on the Falcons side. The third was Vision. Vision's not on this roster anymore, and being quite a mechanical player. This team has undergone a couple changes already this season, adding in Damon and Kylie. So, again, this is a team that's had some issues at the start of the season, actually finding its true roster. Now they have it. They're looking to try to turn the season around for themselves, get into those playoffs. It's not hard to get into the playoffs in the first place. Just need to be, I believe, in the top. I don't remember exactly how it is. I think it's the top 8 Cyclone Cup that make it. So, as long as you have a decent record, maybe a somewhat winning record, you can be successful, but not easy. Still very early in the season, though. This is week number 3. Next to new. Unfortunately for them, didn't have a series week 2. They had their bye week 2, so they didn't have to play against anyone. The side for the MidTakes, their bye is next week, week 4. So them again, they've gone 0-2. The next new, their loss was to Lotus 8 Nirvana, who are currently 3-0. So again, for them, they've only had a tough matchup. But both the Lotus 8 sides, there's 2 Lotus 8 teams in this tournament. One of them's Lotus 8 Mate Team, and one of them's Lotus 8 Nirvana. They're both undefeated. So again, it's been quite the season for both these sides. Expect it to be quite hype, since I'm expecting both of them to make it to the championships for the Cyclone. At least make it far in the championships for the Cyclone Cup. Maybe not make it all the way. Here in the Rocket League Splash Series, again, this is Season 5, presented to you by GamersOn.tv, Invisible Entertainment, Land 7 Gaming, Heady Scarf Game, Purchase and Resell, and Claim to Fame. So, again, a big series, though for both these sides. The MidTakes will be on the blue, next to new Esports will be on the orange. And again, we'll be setting up for this series very soon, our last match of the night, and of course, it's got to be high level, it's got to be exciting, and it's got to be all out for both these sides, especially, again, with either side having won yet this season. This matchup could really turn your whole season around, again, with it being week 3 of this season. With it only being, what, I believe 7 weeks total? These teams only get to play 6 matches this season in these 7 weeks, so it's not an easy one. As Atomic Wrist with the follow. Thank you for the follow, Atomic Wrist. How you doing? Welcome in. Nice to see you. And our match coming up will be the MidTakes taking on next to new Esports. We've seen so much action already from the Cyclone Cup. We get to see more of it. I love seeing these teams. Again, we get to see the MidTakes again. Now we get to see this next to new side with a new roster. And I was actually also today is years old, but I've learned Jalen is also JD1. That's the same player. Actually, we would recognize JD1 as a name because he was on the, what was that team name? The Dark Falcons in the past. A team that made it in the Up-and-Coming Cup, booked me almost every single week for that league. And eventually made it to the finals where they lost in the championship in Game 6. They were absolutely undefeatable in that division. Obviously, though, that was back when he was G2. Now I believe he's hit SSL. So, again, it's the next new Esports side that full of a ton of players that have improved. So, This is going to be a huge matchup for these players. Again, for especially the fact that this is a match that really, for whoever loses this, it's going to be so demoralizing. Because you're going to stay at the bottom of your group. And especially this far in your season, especially a team like the MidTakes. It's going to make things very tough for you here. But again, just waiting on all these players to themselves in the lobby. As soon as they do, we'll be good to go. Again, a fun matchup. This is a fun matchup here, I think, for a lot of people to watch. Again, it's Cyclone Cup, and it actually is pretty close, even with, again, both these teams not having winning records. Expect it to be quite exciting here. There's always a good amount of action in the Cyclone Cup. It's not easy to get matches, though, because there are not that many teams, and don't get to play super often. At least for now. So let's see how this matchup will get itself going here as we'll wait on both these guys to get in here. It's the new Esports on the MidTakes. Actually, next to I've already had 2 players join in, Jalen and Kylie. So I was winning the MidTakes. They only have 3 players again on their roster, that being Rick, JT, and DapDap. DapDap's an interesting player to talk about because he was hyped before the season, being that mechanical youngster that could do anything. So far this season, his success has, again, not been there. He's not been able to live up to that hype. He's still a solid player, but it's still going to be a lot of questions on how this MidTake side will play. But again, we know that if there's anybody that can set up plays, it will be DapDap. He's really that kind of keystone player for this team. The roster works around him, and as long as if he plays well, this MidTake tide will definitely bring that battle to the next new Esports team. Again, this team that composed of 2 of the players that were on that Falcon side who got to the finals in that tournament. Obviously, though, a lot has changed, a lot of different for this team. They're still kind of feels like in the rebuilding stage. For them, a win here would be really big for that confidence, especially for having such a tough start to the season. Yeah, we are just waiting. MidTake still not in the lobby. Hopefully they'll be here any moment. We'll be able to get this series underway. Again, I have to assume they're just in the warm-ups, which happens often for teams like this. Again, just waiting here. Again, here we go. Again, I apologize for the delays. We're trying to see what's happening here at the MidTakes. Hopefully, again, they're just slightly delayed. I think they are, though, because I think they're actually in the lobby. Of course, the game doesn't tell me that, which is nice. But yeah, they just joined, so we'll be good to go. Let's get these players in for this best of 5. It's the MidTakes taking on next to new Esports. On one side, it's the same 3 that we've seen on the MidTakes before: DapDap, JT, and Rick. And on next to news, Damon, Jalen, and Kylie. Best of 5 series. Both these teams have not won yet this season, so for one of them, their hopes and potentially their season's trajectory may change here. For next to new Esports, they've been on a season-long rebuilding process. For MidTakes, they have not been able to live up to the hype. That Proving Grounds tournament really still hangs in a lot of these players' heads, and for next to new specifically, this roster has been altered a lot, but there is still some consistency. Jalen being that player right now as he'll set up Damon. Goal 1 will go to next to new, who I should also add are probably the favorites in this matchup. Yeah, even with their roster having had so many changes, MidTakes team has overall been a bit underwhelming this season, and they really need to find a way to be able to come back into it. Because again, we know that this team, at least in the MidTakes, I believe in this team to be successful. have the players that can do it. They just don't seem to have everything put together. Against Exanu, this is a team that's going to be a little bit more interesting of a battle. A team that, again, is going to be one that I think will play pretty close to them. And for the MidTakes, they need to be able to answer, and DapDap will do just that as just some awkward plays here in the back line. Vic will get demoed, but Jalen, I don't think he recognized DapDap was there. I think if he did, that's a play where he can easily pop that ball over the crossbar. He wasn't ready for it, he didn't predict it, and I think the player that was formerly known as JD1 will find DapDap waiting on his front doorstep. The MidTakes will take it, but here he goes, an answer! It's Kylie, and Next to New will lead by 1 again. Right off a kickoff, Kylie wastes no time in putting that in the back of the net. Now you might be seeing a lot of goals like that for Next to New this series. Game number 1. No shortage of goal scoring here. I guess we shouldn't be that surprised with the players that are on this Next to New side. Falcons, again, this ex-Falcons team was known to score back then, but they still seem to have those same traits now. Of course, a lot more on them here to play well against the MidTakes. Again, try to take their first series win of the season. Unlike the MidTakes, they were blessed with a bye week in week number 2, so gave them more time to set up their roster, get things straightened out. Now here against the MidTakes, this is their time to prove that they can turn their season around. Damon moved away, but will the MidTakes will find that clear. Jalen jumping already. We'll get past JT and Kylie will shoot, but Rick will save. The MidTakes, as in many other past series, dealing with a lot of defense. And again, so much of this is relied on DapDap to make this midfield, to make these assists. So much of the MidTakes is, again, harbors on one player being able to be that standout side for them, and it just doesn't happen easily. And it really isn't one that can be consistently trusted on. There's only one player in this Next to New side has 3, Jalen. Even that Dark Falcon side was known for goal scoring. They were probably had the most explosive offense in that league. And it's still Jalen who is able to lead a lot of that. Next to New, again, bringing the offense here. As now, a response from DapDap right off the kickoff. Ball will just fall its way into the back of the net. His next MidTakes, who have kept it close. As I've already said, I actually think this series is going to be somewhat close between these sides. And the MidTakes, the thing about them that they've been able to do that the Next New side doesn't have. But one, it's DapDap, who's now got his 3rd goal. But also, they have chemistry, and look at this passing. Rick, JT, and DapDap all involved, and just see this. It works so beautifully for the MidTakes. They do find their best success when, as a roster, they can pull everything together. But here's Kylie to answer. That's off the post for the Next to New. This game tied up. They're the ones now under that pressure. A miss from Damon. Jalen beat by JT. It'll be Kylie who'll get to it. And Next to New will try to clear that ball down the field. Damon. Pulling some team bumps here for the MidTakes. Definitely not in the right position, but he almost got counted on it too. That net was wide open. The MidTakes not taking anything for granted. For Next to New, again, it's been a bit of a drop-off in this abilities of this team. It was such an aggressive offensive start. And you can definitely see both these sides kind of getting themselves relaxed into this series. It's the MidTakes now who are looking energetic, ecstatic to take this plays upfield. And Next to New right now is giving them a lot of looks at net. It's a defensive side, such a far back sit on the defense. It's one that can be so risky. You have to trust that other team not to put in perfect shots. DapDap. Damon sends it back in. JT with a beat. And Next to New will get there, and great recovery from Jalen to stick with that ball. 14 boost will pick up the corner. And he'll pinch this ball to safety, at least relative safety. For now, as the MidTakes are getting met in the midfield with these 50s. Damon gonna keep the play going here for next to new, but won't find that one. As now clear from Kylie, will be straight to Rick. He's got the dribble, the beat, the double tap. Damon will keep it up the goal line. And next to new will go the other way with Jalen. That one stopped by JT. And the MidTakes trying to answer here. Jalen. Oh, what a play! He's got both the jump! Tap will keep it out. Rick will clear. The misdirection from Jalen. Was able to get that flip reset fade. Got both players on the MidTakes to jump for it. Left him such a great look at that nets, and he just couldn't put it in. It was still, even with those kind of plays, these players are so good. They're going to recover to anything. Shows you just the quality of play that you have to be at to take these games. As now the MidTakes look to keep it up at 0 seconds. Next to new, playing to the back wall. Kylie will be met by JT. The MidTakes will still search, but Kylie will hit it away, and we'll go to overtime. One goal will determine game number 1 for both these sides. As again, series win for one of these teams. As Jalen off his back wall, here comes Rick. The first touch is high, but he will be beat by Damon. So much of this overtime is going to come to those 50-50 challenges in the midfield. We've seen both these teams have firm control over that play. In overtime, all it takes is one good challenge, one good chance, and this game is yours. Jalen now finding Kylie, who's already scored once this game. Now Jalen looking to find another teammate there in Damon, but next will be left into the midfield, and simply put, just have to control this ball away as MidTakes will continue to challenge. Here comes Jalen. Ceiling, I think he was looking for a flip reset, but wouldn't get under the ball and scoop it up. And it is Dap and company who will move upfield as Rick in front. Cleared away with a team pinch by next to new. It really does take some creative ingenuity to find the way out of that defense. Again, we're seeing next to new utilize a lot of plays. Again, with them sitting back so far to so many of these plays, it's them who have to be able to be careful, but that's exactly not what they will do. Dap, 4 goals on 4 shots. This game is his. It's just a miss from Jalen off that back wall. I'll give that game away. And it's the MidTakes with game number 1. In overtime, it is theirs. The MidTakes have found their scoring. Came in overtime, and it came again. Sovaline on Dap. It's just not a consistent way to win these games, and while they can be happy with how their series starts out, it should not end this way for them. They're going to have to be able to make adjustments. Now, more good than bad in this series, that's for sure. We'll continue on with this action. A MidTakes the series in their favor. The good thing about that last game for next to new, though, is they still played well. They still had a consistent offense. Just fell apart for them at the end of that game, and again, they took it to overtime. It was close. They can take this series if they play a little bit better. Gonna be a tough thing to do, and again, you have a player like Dap on the MidTakes. Just so tough to stop. As here comes that play. Jalen speed jumped it! Oh, and what a shot from Rick! I can't believe he found that play. But he puts just enough on it. The MidTakes will score first here. With a beautiful shot there. I mean, that is so smart, but that's a beautiful answer from next to new. Jalen with the final touch, but it all starts really with that demo. That's how he creates so much space for himself, and that's why Damon knew exactly where to put that one. He'll be next to do. He'll find that answer. There's Jalen. The dribble. Flip reset. We look to take it under, and again, so much of what we've seen so far has been Jalen trying to create those initial opportunities, but what's worked with next to new has not been that. It's been the passes. It's been the reliance on each other. See it here, but still a great solo play to set it up. Damon, off the back wall, glues that ball to his car. No one can reach it. And in comes Kylie to finish off the shot. This game still has more to go. And for how the MidTakes have played so far, we know a comeback doesn't feel far off for this team in this position. One goal, not hard for them to do, again, with how good Dap Dap has played. As long as they can get Rick or JT a little more involved, their offense is going to be a lot tougher to predict and a lot tougher to stop. Here comes Dap Dap. It's the stop on Damon. Now he backflips. Dap Dap still on it, trying to pull in Jalen, but one will keep him out. And the MidTakes will have to restart from the midfield as Rick forces Jalen high. The MidTakes trying to slow them down, but they're only going to have to play defense as Kylie will put in a second goal for themselves, a third for next to new. And it is this next to new side who've answered back in this second game. The MidTakes in a strong position last game, but this game has been a complete 180. Now it's next to new, who are scoring on their chances, who are making it happen. And as I said, for the MidTakes, too much that's reliance on Dap Dap. Well, you can rely on him to make a lot of good things happen. He is not a player you can rely on forever. So much of the MidTakes seems to be relying on Dap Dap to play well. When he doesn't play exceptionally well, that's when this team struggles, and you're seeing that right here before your very own eyes. The MidTakes struggle here. Dap Dap not finding the same space he had last game. And it is next to new. We'll look for more on the board. As the MidTakes really unable to answer all that much, as here comes Dap Dap in the midfield. Jalen will jump to it. Next to new Esports. Doing well to challenge the midfield, and right now the MidTakes still feel a bit squirmish, but what a dunk! The net's wide open, and Vic needs to score those. That's open at this level, and it should be a goal for him. He'll still get a goal from it, though, as again Dap Dap with no hesitation to challenge. I think again it's Jalen who's on the back line on this play. It is. Jalen wants these dribbles. Dap Dap's giving him no time, and I'm a bit consistent here. And the MidTakes gonna come back with Dap Dap. His first of the game. It took him a while, but the first of many goals if the MidTakes can pick up the pace. This level, these teams want to play so fast you can already tell, and it's really tough to pick up the pace. At this level, pace doesn't mean literally playing faster. It means consistently playing better. And you're seeing that for the MidTakes. Here comes JT. Set up by Dap Dap. Again, someone else on the score sheet here as he'll remove Kylie from that option. And it is the MidTakes. With 2 minutes to go now, only a 1-goal difference. Momentum in their favor. JT to Vic. That one just a little high. You're seeing the MidTakes. They're pulling this thing back. Their offense is only heating up from here on out. And it's next to new, who need to find an answer. Again, this is a team that you can tell loves that offense, loves to be aggressive. But they aren't getting that aggression anymore. The MidTakes are beating them. Here comes a clear. Jalen will get to it. The time is running out. Jalen. Challenged by Dap Dap. The MidTakes recognizing that they may not get that many opportunities left in this game. Dap will send it long. A miss. Dap to take it. And he's put it to the left side. The MidTakes will keep this one now. Tied at 4. As a whiff from Jalen off the back wall. And it hurts everyone, those back wall feeds. But at this level, like many other levels, teams will score off of those misses. And here's the MidTakes, another goal from Dap. His hat trick is complete. And it comes right off the kickoff as another whiff, this time from Kylie. And it's a huge comeback here for the MidTakes. What were they, like 4-1 down at one point? They're now 5-4 up. The MidTakes right now have brought the offense. They're still bringing it. It's Dap again, and next to new are crumbling here. 5 straight goals, I believe, from the MidTakes. Next to new, can't believe it. This game has completely gotten away from them. And for next to new, looking for a side that loves this offense, you can tell maybe a bit emotional here because they are scoring back, but this game has all of a sudden gotten very intense. Less than a minute to go, 11 goals combined. I can't believe we're seeing this kind of scoring at this level. So often Cyclone Cup is marked by great defense. But that's not what's making the statement here. This is the offensive matchup. And for MidTakes, you're only 50 or so seconds away from taking match point, but next to new, looking to march upfield. Jalen in front for Damon. Great demo from Dap to get rid of that offensive chance. Dap again. Gets over Jalen the second time. Here comes Rick. Beats on Damon, and the MidTakes with a 1v1. JT. Oh, he missed his shot completely. Really tried to size up that play. Just overthought it. Will be next to you to go upfield. JT won't have it. The shot on. Saved initially. And a clear from Rick to get rid of that pressure. MidTakes pushing, but next to new, pushing harder. Time running out for them here in game number 2. A dunk from Damon off the ceiling. JT will prevent that play from being a pass. Now it's Kylie to keep it up for Damon in front. Jalen to the back wall. Maybe one more chance in front for Kylie. But Dap will save. And the MidTakes will take series points. 1 game away from their first win of the season. And again, it's Dap to show up and show out. 4 goals, 2 assists, 4 saves. This is Dap's show. We're just living in it. For a game 2 that had 11 goals combined and a massive comeback from the MidTakes, this series could go anywhere at this point. Again, right now it's Dap who is quite literally taking down the next to new Esports team, 1 player at a time. As really, his major competitor on the other side is Kylie right now with their 3 goals. Next to new right now, we're coming up short. Dap's just that good. Dap. Again, I mentioned before, it's ironic because right before the series I mentioned he has not been living up to that hype. This is the hype that people have for Dap. This is why this guy is so hugely looked at in this scene coming into the season. Dap can take over a series, and right now he's doing that against Next Anew. They're 1 game away from taking their first win of the season here in week number 3. And already having suffered 2 losses, the MidTakes would love to get a win. For a team that has lost a lot of hope in this season for themselves, this is a huge moment for them to step up. 1 game away from doing so, 5 minutes on the clock. And it's the MidTakes right now who'll go down a goal early. And again, it's Kylie who'll find it. Next to new with, again, no shortage of bringing that offense as a bad touch from Rick, just off the ceiling. And I have to think Dap was his intended recipient, but just didn't hit it. Wanted to, it went straight down in front of next to new. They'll put in the open shots. Now the MidTakes will have to rebound, but as we've seen, they've come back from worse. They came back from worse last game. A 3-goal deficit at one point. Wiped away by the MidTakes. Need to get their confidence here under control as Jalen off to the side wall. JT missed there on Damon. Rick now will send it down the field. JT will wait for it. Kylie, the dunk. Jalen will have that ball away next to New Esports. A breakdown in the midfield though, and that means the MidTakes are going to keep the offense in their favor as DapDap by himself. DapDap will put it in. Who else but DapDap to go down the field, put in the play, and then put in the goal. It's all DapDap all day long. The MidTakes just letting DapDap do DapDap things. Might be one of the most impressive single-player performances I've seen in quite a long time on this stream. Of course, the MidTakes are not done. Still so much more of this match to go here. And it's a big overcommit. Damon with an open net. And it's next to New. We'll take that freely as... yeah, just not the same page there for the MidTakes. Expecting a big clear. Again, these players need to trust in each other, but that's not where the trust comes from. Right now for the MidTakes, both those goals have come on open nets from them, just giving that ball away a bit too carelessly. And for how good their offense is, these mistakes on defense will come to cost them. Next to New side is no pushover team, that's for sure. The MidTakes again. It is them who have really made these issues, but a good save there. Now DapDap will jump up for it. Down the field he goes. It's JT to shoot. Kylie with the initial save. Jalen already waiting for it on the back wall. He'll find Damon on the outward pass. Next to New. Gonna find their way down the field. It was some great passing, but play will fall short, and now means the MidTakes, it'll be their chance upfield. JT in the mid for DapDap. One touch, two touch, dunk in front. Can't score. JT missed there. In front still. Rick off the post. And Kylie to clear. Next to New. Surviving on the goal line by a Fred. It'll be just enough for them. So many shots came in at one point in time. You have to appreciate just how much pressure the MidTakes put in just from that one shot alone. Now they have more. DapDap to the back wall, keeps it high for Rick. The MidTakes waiting in the midfield, a shot there. Double commit from next to New. JT set up high, jumping is Dylan, beat by DapDap. But it's the MidTakes who will keep the ball. As now another play in front for Rick, going to the goal, and it will be tucked under the crossbar. The MidTakes tie this game up. As Jalen's sitting on front of his net. Just an unfortunate position. You can't do much to stop that. Looking straight up. He's helpless to stop that play as the MidTakes will put in their second. 2 minutes to go. The MidTakes now who look to recreate familiar territory now after that one goal comeback. But it's Damon, the flip reset in front pass. Jalen will take it. Next to New, didn't wait very long for that play. As right back off the kickoff, it's Damon with the flip reset, who sets up Jalen perfectly. And now off the kickoff, another chance for the next to New. Being up by one, a second goal would be huge for them, and that's exactly what they get. Another open goal for the MidTakes. Or saying for next to New is the MidTakes. Again, just with nobody back. The clears that once worked for them are not working anymore. As next to New Esports are bringing on a flurry of offense. As Rick now, again, a giveaway chance. JT will just barely get back. The MidTakes with not a lot of opportunities left for them here. Only 2 goals so far this game. Who's going to be the one to step up that isn't named DapDap? Will anybody step up for the MidTakes? Ricky. Send it long. Jalen will get a great touch. That has gone flying over JT. Next to New. Not out of this series. JT. Getting the beat on Damon now in the midfield. DapDap was not on the same page, and it'll be next to New who will look down the field as Jalen. That one beats Kylie to score. Next Anu will have a 3-goal lead at this point with a minute left. Surely there's no way they lose this 3-goal lead like they did last game with even less time on the clock. I say that, and yet we saw a 3-goal comeback last game. And truthfully, anything can happen. So here we go. Next to new. Continue. Try to attack, but here comes the MidTakes. A response by DapDap. Break down the field, but it will be Jalen. Keep up to it. I do apologize for the decals, of course. Jalen's on a blue decal, and on the other side, I believe it's JT who's on a red one. So both these teams have decided to go with opposite decals. Here's what it is. The MidTakes, though. Gonna 3-goal comeback, but it doesn't seem likely here. This series will not be at a 3-0 sweep, but again, they're still gonna have series advantage, but a potential for a reverse sweep. And at this level, that momentum can carry you a long way. Next to new, this is a welcome return to their form that they've been looking for all season long, and all series long, really. We'll go down here next to new Esports. We'll take that one. Game 3 is theirs. Game number 4 up next, and already both these teams seem pretty eager to get themselves readied up again. Honestly, I don't blame them, especially the MidTakes. Again, with last game just being a rough one, still DapDap leading with a goal and assist and 3 saves. Still an incredible performance from this guy. Again, even when this team's not playing their best, he still finds a way to show up and be that solid player. Of course, still a lot more of the series to go. If the X&U side has anything to say about it. And a great comeback in game. A great, I should say, really say not comeback, but a great showing in game 3. Resurgence, if you will. They're not done with game 3 again. They're looking for that reverse sweep. This series is not over yet. Still, the MidTakes again have had a game now to learn about this new Next to New side, and how they're playing. Not that they have really changed anything crazy. It was just a better performance last game from Next to New. Because the MidTake side that just had a few too many chances where they just gave up open goals. Again, you're going to see these teams going to reset, readjust, make the adjustments they need. So far, this ball leading in the midfield as Damon will clear it out. Next to new Esports. That comeback in game 3. What does it do for the momentum for this team? What does it do for the mentality for having a series that was, one where DapDap just could not be stopped, and now knowing last game, you can stop this guy and you can really shut down the MidTakes. What does that do to the Next to New side? It has to instill a level of confidence for them they haven't seen yet this series. It takes 1 goal there for them, and that could really take this Next New team in for a loop. It really feels like for Next New, they've been a somewhat emotional team this series where once they get scored on, it kind of piles on top of each other. For them, getting scored on is the last thing you want to see early on in this game. So far, they've done well at not letting the goals come in, but who knows if they can continue to stay that way. Definitely not easy as in the midfield for Kylie. Off the side wall, DapDap. 1 touch over Damon. Now a second, DapDap to go to the net, Jalen. We'll wait for it, but again, you're seeing this DapDap. Just this DapDap play always seems to find its way through. Again, this Next New team has to respect DapDap. He is just that solid, and there's a reason why. Because here he comes, and he's got the goal. The first one of this game. It's been a while since we've seen a goal. It will be DapDap to score as JT with a beautiful beat on Damon. Kylie wasn't ready for it. That ball will find its way to the back of the net. The MidTakes 1 goal closer. Again, as I said already, Next to New, this team just feels emotional at times. Once 1 goal goes in, expect more. They really need to shut that down here. There's JT. Jalen. Now a flip reset from Rick will be kept away by Jalen. That ball will stay away here as here we go again. Dap Dap in towards the midfield. Damon will keep it away. As the MidTakes again holding a single solitary goal in their favor. And next to you, the player that's really been able to step up a lot, and when it comes to shooting, specifically shooting, has been Kylie. Her shots have been the ones that have gone in the net more likely than they haven't. Again, if there's anybody that I think Destiny really needs to feed into, it would be Kylie. As long as she can get a shot on that net, there's a good chance she can score this one. The MidTakes have not been able to stop her easily. When it comes to actually setting up plays, it might be Jalen that could be that player that can really do it. It's been both of them on offense as now they have both just double committed in front. Dap Dap can't score. Panic for the next to new, but they will get that ball out. As Dap Dap is there, Damon, the challenge. Still the Dap Dap side, and that net's wide open! Dap Dap, once again by himself. He's done this before. He'll do it again. Everybody from next to you pulled inwards. A 1v3, and Dap Dap will take this one away. And it is the MidTakes. 80 seconds from their first win of the season. As Rick, Kylie in the midfield for Jalen, next to new. Need a goal, they need it soon. Maybe that's it, but Kylie just out of reach. And as I say, that Jalen-Kylie connection, that's what is going to succeed for them here in this game. As Damon in front, Rick keeps it out, but he will be demoed. Jalen to pine the net, and next to new, through the smoke screen, will bring the element of surprise into their favor. Rick removed, and nobody back there easily. Dap Dap was there, but he couldn't see through the smoke where next to new would shoot. I'll put it in the back of the net. And now the MidTakes only a 1-goal lead in game number 4. Next to new Esports. We're going to try to continue their route to a reverse sweep here. Kylie now. Kept away by Dap Dap. He'll clear this ball away. Challenged by Damon. As Dap Dap off the back wall. Jalen to clear it past JT. Still goes Jalen, but he'll be dunked away. And JT stopped by Damon. As it is next to new. We'll look on the offense as Jalen. Oh, what a fake there from Jalen. Will keep that ball grounded, but nobody from MidTakes bit on it. And time now really running out for next to new. 10 seconds to go, maybe one more chance upfield, but it won't come here as Dap Dap looking to send this game over. It'll be Kylie will keep it alive as Damon sent to the back wall. Kylie dropped down, but nobody waiting. And the MidTakes will take the series. Their first win of the season, and it comes against the runners-up for the Proving Grounds tournament. The MidTakes take it. The series is theirs. Next to new Esports still struggling this season. They've just not been able to recover that past playstyle they had ever since they played in that Proving Grounds tournament. Again, that team has undergone so many changes, and really you can just see it. It's piled on here for them. And it's only going to get worse for them if they can't find a grip in the season. As again, what a match that was. The MidTakes with their first win again for them. What a start for what a start for them on their wins. Now the record actually 1-2. There's a good amount of season left for them, so they can continue to try to keep it going. Yeah, a big win. Must be a fun thing there. Unfortunately for Jalen, again, next JD1, who you've seen on the stream so often before. Actually now marks his second loss in a row on this stream, so the last time he was on the stream was Dark Falcons vs Golden Hour Esports premiere. Again, not a fun thing for him to say, but again, what a big match. And I saw a lot of people voted on that match too, so you gotta I gotta appreciate it. Just how much support there always is for these matches in the Rocket League Splash series. Again, only good things in the future for the mid-takes there. Next matchup actually will be a bye week. So next week will be a bye week for them. So they can really run with that momentum now into next week. After that, they'll play the Cincinnati Spartans. As again, we'll actually get a little interview here with the team of the mid-takes. So we'll get them to join on in here for a little interview section. As you guys got to hear that voice. That is Dap Dap, and people said a lot of good things about you, Dap Dap. This was, there's a lot of people that questioned that hype out of Dap Dap. I questioned it even coming this season. I was saying, hey, Dap Dap hasn't had that stand-up performance I know he can have, and this was it. Your first win of the season here for the mid-takes, a 3-1 victory over the runners-up in the Proving Grounds tournament. So congratulations on that, Rick. It's been a rough start to your season with your first 2 weeks being losses to NoFF and Lotus 8 Nirvana. How does it feel to finally beat a team here in Next to New Esports? A very solid team, in fact. Oh, wait a second.
Get momentum into the season.
Wait a second. Rick, you gotta restart that. I accidentally muted you guys.
Oh.
My apologies.
I think we really needed that win there to get momentum into the season. Starting off 0-2 is not the best feeling, but coming back there felt really good for us. We felt good playing those games, and we can't wait to play out the season.
Yeah.
Cool. Of course, now we'll move on to JT here. Again, a lot of people, talked about this mid-take teams. Was the Proving Grounds any sort of factor for us? Obviously, you guys lost to the next new team in the Proving Grounds to be eliminated. It was not this team; it was the Breakers, the team that won this event. But knowing that this team made it further than you guys in that Proving Grounds tournament, even though they're a different roster, does that Proving Grounds, knowing that these guys played in it and had a better placement at the end of it, did that matter at all in this series for you guys? Did you guys ever think about that one, JT?
I don't think so. Like, not really. We don't let stuff like that get to us. Really, we kind of just focus on the game as if it was just a comp game or any other game. So not really.
Again, I understand. A performance, and obviously we got to talk with Dap Dap. This guy's here. Dap Dap, if I'm not wrong, you're 14, right? I believe.
No.
15? No.
No.
Oh, geez, you're 13? Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
He's younger than I thought he was. I told you guys, this guy's a young prodigy, Dap Dap. Welcome in, Dap Dap. By the way, again, a big win for you guys, and I know a lot of people have been, talking about you before the season. Have you been able to kind of silence the critics so far this season, or do you think there's still a lot of work to be done because there's still a lot more season left, and obviously this is only one match, but it's a huge performance for you, and I'm sure it's a lot of weight off your shoulders.
Yeah, so it wasn't the best start, kind of rocky first 2 games at the start, but we got into the flow of it, and I feel like we're gonna have a good season.
Hey, again, I love that confidence coming from you here, Dap Dap. Is again for the mid-takes. Your next week is actually a bye week, but after that, you get to play against, I believe, the Cincinnati Spartans. Yeah, you get to play against Cincinnati Spartans, Orlando Outlaws, and Midwest Mafia Black. Is there any of those teams, Rick, that really strikes you guys as a whole? That you're really interested in that matchup?
We haven't played against a lot of these teams. Haven't scrimmed them either. So it's gonna be a lot of adapting to their playstyle. We're gonna have to look into it a little bit more. We're gonna have to keep playing our game and just focus.
And yeah, that playoff's not even close to being out of reach for you guys. With that win against Next and New, you guys are en route to do some pretty impressive things here. As again, a big win, a 3-1 over the Next and New side. I'm happy to be able to catch you guys your first win of the season, even though it took a little while. It may be a slow start. Hey, once you got that win, now you guys can use that to springboard. So keep up what you're doing, keep playing well, keep playing as a unit, and you'll find more success in the season. Before you guys go, we're gonna get some little. We're actually gonna ask, I think, one more question. I guess we should ask Dap Dap going into the, again with the playoffs on your guys' mind, or at least somewhat on your guys' mind. What are you guys, what are your hopes for in this season and those next, what are you guys gonna try to do this season? Is there any goal that you guys have? I should really say. Going into the last part of the season, is it making the playoffs? Is it winning the whole thing? What is it that kind of is the team's goal for this season?
Most likely just beating the team that we lost in the tournament. So I think that was the end-to-end
That was Breakers.
Breakers. So the team that we lost to in the semis, maybe, or quarters.
It was quarters.
Quarters. All right, yeah. Our goal is to try to just adapt to every others, build one step up at a time, take baby steps, and whatever it takes, we're probably gonna get there. So that's all I'm hoping for.
Unfortunately, you guys won't be seeing the Breakers in the regular season, but you might see them in the playoffs, so there's a good chance there would be that rematch. So, again,
Yep.
good luck to all of you. I'd love to see that rematch, but again, for now, thank you again. Congrats on your win, a 3-1 victory over next to new Esports. Before you go, we'll get those shoutouts now. Let's start with JT. Is there any shoutouts you have? Anybody you want to thank? Anybody watching that you think should be, shouted out here?
I want to shout out Echo Kilo and that guy Chuck. That's my dad and my brother. But yeah.
I see it. Well, again, there you go. As now we'll move on to Dap Dap. You alright, Dap Dap? My goodness.
Yes.
All right then. Do you have any shoutouts? Anything that you'd like to say? Is there anybody that you would like to personally thank?
I mean, I would just thank for like all the people in this league for like getting just like a fun like playing experience with other players, but I also like to incorporate my dad into this because he's the one that set me up in Rocket League. Big shout out to him.
Yeah, just saying, this guy's 5 years younger than me, and he's a million times better than me. That's, dear, I'm getting old. Anyways, we'll now move on to Rick. Is there anything you'd like to add to that, Rick? Here is the captain of the MidTakes. Is there any shoutouts? Anything that you'd like to say? Anybody that you'd like to mention?
I'd like to shout out my parents for supporting me with what we do, and I'd also like to shout out my grandparents for always watching my games.
W grandparents.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time we've had a full team thank their family. Go thank your family, everybody, that ever plays, because your family is a big reason. But again, to you guys in the MidTakes, thank you for joining Rick, someone named JT, and Dap Dap. Congratulations on your 3-1 victory over next to new Esports. I have a good feeling we'll be seeing you guys again very soon. But for now, take care. Have a great night.
You too.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shout out Juicy Berg.
There you go. Little shout out there from Dap Dap to end that off. But again, thank you all so much for joining on a win for the MidTakes here. 3-1 victory. What an end to our night. That was an exhilarating matchup there. The MidTakes, a 3-1 win right after the Mavericks had a 3-1 win. So what a day it has been for our action here tonight on the Spodia stream. We have matches planned for tomorrow, so that'll be exciting, but no more matches tonight. Thank you all so much for joining, though. Been a great night of great action. That is it for me. Thank you all so much for joining the Spodia stream. I'm actually going to go and get a little raid here. Thank you all so much for joining. Have a great night. We'll see you guys tomorrow when Rocket League action comes back again to the Spodia stream. But for now, take care. Be well. We will see you guys very, very soon.